There was a kind of skirmish about would Oasis play, blah, blah, blah. Usually bands fourth on the bill are rubbish. Do you know what I mean? And this was fully formed. Bring It On Down was amazing. And by the time they went into Rock and Roll Star, I was like, I'm going to sign them.
So 2 songs in, you're signing
them?
Yeah,
I knew that, yeah.
Virgin Radio.
This was not a scheduled appearance, but the man is in the building. He's come with his boys cast, and Vassos is going to cue the intro.
Our next guest was in a punk band with Bobby Gillespie and signed Oasis. So, as you'd expect, he's got some stories to tell. This morning, he's here with Cast, and he's got a very busy summer coming up. So please welcome a man who's seen it all, done it all, and fortunately remembered some of it. Ooh-wee! It's Alan McGee!
All right, Al.
How you doing, Chris?
I'm great. How are you?
Yeah, brilliant.
Happy Friday, man.
Yeah, I mean, I was just here with Cast.
Yeah.
And you heard I was here. So
yeah,
I'm here.
I heard you were here. Great to have you here. For people who don't know what you have done for the last 30-odd years, can you just frame it for us?
I'm like a manager, and I suppose people would know me because I signed Oasis, do you know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, that's just, I'm still doing it. I'm 64, but I'm fitter than I've ever been.
You're loving it, aren't you?
Yeah, brilliant.
And you're doing it for all the right reasons. So who do you currently manage then?
Public Image, Cast, Brian Jonestown Massacre, Ocean Colour Scene. I mean, there's a lot.
Sleeper?
Yeah, Sleeper, I've got them, yeah.
Amazing.
Stereo MCs.
Wow, and they're just gravitating back to in your direction, are they, these bands?
It's good. I mean, I'm still here. I mean, a lot of the other managers are either retiring now, of my generation, or like dying.
Yeah, generally just running out of life.
And I'm still here, so I kind of, I know everybody, so I'm kind of like the person that people come to.
And you're here for the right reasons. You have literally seen it all and done it all and lived to tell the tale.
Yeah, and a bit more.
And a bit more. And so the big story this year is Oasis. Oasis are back live for 25 and Cast are supporting, which is so exciting.
It's amazing for Cast.
So just tell, for people who don't know, just tell everybody about the first time you saw Oasis, how you signed Oasis, and then we'll talk about how much you knew about what's happening this year, last year. So first of all...
Well, how I found them was I was at a gig and I had a couple of little bands at this gig, and I went to the sound check, and my friend Debbie Turner had brought this bunch of scallies up called Oasis.
Yes.
And I saw Liam Gallagher lying on a kind of like on a stool, kind of lying back, and I thought he looked like George Best, but then I thought that'll be the drug dealer, do you know what I mean, of the band.
Right.
But, about an hour later, I went on upstairs. Somebody went, "Oh, that band have come on," because there was a kind of skirmish about would Oasis play, blah blah blah, because it was unannounced. But anyway, they got upstairs, and then I saw Bring It On Down was amazing, and I thought, God, it's really good.
When you say it was amazing, what does that mean?
Well, usually bands fourth on the bill are rubbish. Do you know what I mean? And this was fully formed. And by the time they went into Rock and Roll Star, I was like, I'm going to sign them. And then they done, I can't remember what the third song, Up in the Sky was the third song. And that was brilliant.
So 2 songs in, you're signing them?
Yeah, I knew that, yeah. Because I know, because I just know, I've always known. And then they got to the 4th song, and Liam went, "Oh, we're going to do a Beatles song," and I just thought, you got to remember, this is May 1993. When people used to cover Beatles songs, it was usually rubbish, right? There's all these terrible bands like Medway South or whatever that band was called, and they all destroyed the Beatles. So I was like, oh, I'm not going to say no, bet this is rubbish.
So they nearly blew it.
Yeah, nearly, except they played "I Am the Walrus" as Oasis play it, and it was brilliant. And at that point, I was like, to Coyley, who was doing the sound, I said, "Go and get the leader of the band." I said, "Is there a manager?" "No." "Go and get the leader of the band." And this guy, Noel Gallagher, trots down. And then I just went, I went, "Do you want a record deal?" And he didn't know who I was. And he went, Who with? And I went, "Creation." And he went, "Are you Creation?" I went, "Yeah." And he went, "Yeah." And
so did you manage and sign?
No, I signed the publishing and I signed the records. But I was never the manager. They're brilliantly managed. Noel's still managed by the guy. It's a guy called Marcus Russell. And that's I was never the manager. I was the record company and the publisher.
Amazing. And did you have any? I mean, clearly they struck a chord. Forgive the pun. Deep within your sort of signing soul. But did you have any idea how big they could be then, and if not, was there a tipping point when you thought these are going to be massive?
No, I didn't know. I mean, I just thought they were a good band because I loved the Stone Roses, right? And when I saw Oasis, I just thought if I get this record out before the Stone Roses' second album, I can get some of the Stone Roses crowd. So it was just, I thought, really, if I was being honest, I might get a gold album out of this. I had no idea.
Right. And when did you know? When did you have some idea?
Probably when I got the demo. I was in where was I? I was in Maui. And in Hawaii, and somebody sent me "Live Forever" demo, and at that point I thought, I thought, oh, this is good.
Did it start with the bass? Did he start with the bass then?
Yeah, but Gallagher was. I mean, he was the one. I'm still friends with him. He was always the one that I just was like, he's special. Do you know what I mean? Liam's special. They're both special, but that was the one I had the real connection with.
Wow. Superb. So when was the first time you heard any whispers about what might be happening last year, which is now happening this year?
Well, I heard lots of whispers, but I just never really thought too much about it. But then we were doing a big show, about a 10,000 capacity show, Ocean Colour Scene, and a band I manage. And then what happened is the promoter up there in Scotland, Jeff Ellis, he went, "What are you up to, McGee?" And I went, "Oh, I've got a big year next year." And then he looked at me and he went, "Big year next year." And I thought, he's talking about Oasis. So I kind of knew at that point, 10 days, 2 weeks before.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Okay, and cast is supporting.
Yeah, I bet that's Liam Gallagher loves Cast, and that's what that's about.
Well, we all love Cast, and we're going to get some Cast in a moment here, aren't we? Yeah. Can we hear it for Alan McGee just dropping on the air there? We've got to make the most of the moment in the building. All right, Alan McGee as the warm-up act for the support act for Oasis, who are the star act today. Cast are going to play for us live next.